whether you all wanted it or not. Does everybody know that 71%? 71% were against the regeneration project going ahead as it stands. Does everybody know that?
Yeah.
That should be enough to nip this in the bud, shouldn't it? It really should. 71%. It should be nipped in the bud.
Is that? Can I just ask? Is that representative of everybody who's here today?
Yeah.
Could you sort of raise your hands if you're against the regeneration as it's gone ahead thus far? I'd say that's about 70%, actually, maybe more.
Okay. Hands up. Did you were here in September last year when Councillor Alambritis presented the local plan was the defining document to say whether we wanted to go ahead with it or not. This was the document. If we all said we didn't want to go ahead, if there was a majority that said that we didn't want to go ahead, it wouldn't go ahead.
And I will say to you now what I said to you at that meeting, which
I was going to say, you was there the very first time he said it, you was there.
And I said that where I've had a background, as you know, I had a background in planning somewhere else. Councillor Alambritis tried to present to you that the local plan consultation would have a direct relation to the consultation and the actions of Merton Circle Homes. I told you at that meeting that that is complete nonsense, and it is still complete nonsense. That consultation that you have filled out for the local plan, you may be against redevelopment, that's fine, that goes down to, and that gets put down to a planning framework. Merton Circle Housing can still go ahead, do a consultation, carry on with their consultation, and put a proposal forward to the planning committee, and the planning committee, the councillors on that committee, will have a look at that application and take that local plan consultation into account. But it does not bind Merton Circle Housing, it does not bind the councillors, and the development could still go ahead. Now, and I stand by what I said then in September. That document and that planning consultation, from what Siobhan was here and Stephen Alambritis, they tried to present to you that that was a consultation that would stop this development. That is plainly wrong, and they shouldn't have said that, and that's why I said that to them at the time. I've had conversations with Paul Quinn. I've been quite disturbed about the lack of consultation that's going ahead. I'm even more disturbed about actually the delay. We were told that we would have a final offer to tenants by the new year. That's now not the case. I have emailed and tried to get some results of the consultation. That's not been forthcoming.
I was going to say, none of us know though, do we?
I don't know, I've asked for it. It's been delayed again. I'm now clear, and I've said this to Chris through social media, I'm now clear that through the consultation, the council's own consultation, 71% are against. That must stand. That should be enough to stop this development. It should be enough to stop any plans going forward to have this plan go forward. And we need to find a new way. If the council want to find a way to make your homes habitable, even though I know a lot of you think they're habitable at the moment, if the council want to find a way to try and improve the estate, fine. But to have this level of development and demolition and redevelopment simply should now not go ahead. We now have a figure, a solid figure from a council consultation document that shows a vast majority don't want this to go ahead. I've seen the breakdown, it's a mixture of leaseholders, tenants, everything like that. My line is clear on this. I am opposed to this development. I've told Paul Quinn I'm opposed to this development, and it shouldn't go ahead. It doesn't mean we shouldn't look at what else we can do, but as far as I'm concerned, it should not go ahead in the format that's been proposed.
No sobs listening, are they?
No,
no one's listening.
No
one's listening.
They just walk all over us.
We've been told by Future Merton that there'll be a subsequent survey after the offer's been sent out. But we're wondering how many surveys and how many, how much our involvement. If we another figure, 71% or more, so they don't want to go ahead, which we imagine it will happen.
I've been told that you should all be receiving in the next couple of months 3 visits from MCH consultation staff, and that will feed into another consultation before a final offer. In my view, as I say, and I'm going to repeat myself a lot tonight, I think we've now seen enough evidence, enough delay, enough lack of transparency to say that this shouldn't go ahead in this format. And that's my final line.
When you say in this format?
In this, well, the proposal that's been proposed at the moment should not go ahead. I don't think that we should say that there shouldn't be any conversation about how we can improve the estate, but redevelopment and demolition in this form should not go ahead.
So from what you're saying, can I just get this straight? we've been put off. So really, we're still looking at another year.
I think the figures the timescale that I was given, that it would be delayed till after the general election. That's as far as I've got with them.
I know, but the way they mess us around, I suppose I'm thinking for us it might be a month, for them it's going to be 6 months.
Having sat on the planning committee in Merton when I was a councillor here for 4 years, I mean, I think the first thing I said when I was contacted by you guys around this was what they will do is they will keep asking the question until they get the answer that they want. And the risk of saying anything that qualifies a different proposal is that they come back with something else, they get to ask you again, and they will keep coming back with something else and asking again. And so on.
Because they want to wear you down.
And actually what you need to be able to do is to put, as Paul did say then, to put a line in the sand. As soon as you start to say things like, you know, this proposal as it stands now, that gives them that wriggle room to get out of it and say, well, actually, we've come back with something different. And sometimes it will be something very, very small they've changed, but they then will say, well, actually, this is a different proposal we're now coming to you with. And actually, I'm very clear that when you talked about, or when you were originally contacted by these people around regeneration, what you saw it as was sprucing up your houses, not knocking them down, not bulldozing them and not starting again from scratch. And I think you've got to be very, very clear on that. And I think for me, what's disappointing, this is a problem that is actually across the whole of Mitcham and Morden now. It's not just an issue for here specifically. It's because you've got an area where you've got just one group of people who are in charge of it and now have been in charge of it for decades, and they take that for granted, and they think now that they can just ignore people and walk all over you. I think it's about time. It's noticeable the fact that actually they have been very less than keen to engage. I've seen some of the videos online where I've seen effectively they've been shouting you down for having your opinion, and it's disgusting. You know, they are here to represent you, remember, not the other way around. I think it's about time we remind them of that. So I think I totally agree with what Paul said, but I think we need to go further than that and say, actually, it's not about something else. It's no to this. It's no full stop. Not that they come back with something that's slightly tweaked and then have another go. It's yes to if they want to spruce up your houses. It's no to knocking them down.
That's what I meant by the something else.
So how do we do that?
And that's, I think that's where actually one of the key things is putting pressure on your political representatives, because they are the ones who voted.
Is that you?
It is, but you've got elected representatives already, people who you
we're not
vote
elected.
for. Yeah. You've got elected representatives already, which is the likes of Alambritis and his 2 colleagues.
No, we don't want him.
Who's actually on the committee for
exactly.
the council.
And my point is, you know,
if
if you keep voting for these people and they keep ignoring you, you're going to get the same situation over and over again. And there is a definition of insanity, which is if you keep doing the same thing again and you expect the outcome to be different, then that's insanity. You have to stop voting for them. Now, I don't mind who you vote for alternatively, and I'm sure everyone will make a pitch that you should vote for someone else, but actually, you know, they have been used to having huge majorities in these wards for decades. I'm sorry to say it, but it's decades now, and they are now so arrogant and out of touch with what you people that actually put them in their position want, they don't any longer care. And that's why they think it's acceptable to turn up an hour and a quarter late for your meeting.
Yes.
Because she's out doing something else. She's not an MP anymore, so she's got no legitimate excuse.
No, she's not my friend.
And frankly, it's disgusting that she can't be asked to turn up at the 7 o'clock when everyone else has. So that's my bit. I think it's important to hear from the others as well, but I think everybody here would agree that voting for those same people time and time again is not the answer when they've let you down. Yep.